You're listening to WayJ, Grand Junction's OG Waylon Jordan, with on-demand content from Town Square Media's 99.9 KEKB in Grand Junction, Colorado. You're listening to WayJ, Grand Junction's OG Waylon Jordan, with on-demand content from Town Square Media's 99.9 KEKB in Grand Junction, Colorado. It's on-demand content, hanging out with the Lost Junction Band. How you doing?
Good, how are you doing?
Good. Let's introduce ourselves, starting over here, who you are and what you play.
My name is Aiden Moon. I am the lead vocal and also guitar player.
My name is Tori Long. I'm the bass player and backup vocals.
My name is Caleb Olson. I play rhythm guitar and backups.
My name is Derek Lynch, and I play drums.
I'm Elijah Bishop. I play lead guitar and also background vocals.
Now, you have seen this band. You've heard the band a lot of places. I just heard them 2 weeks ago, Warehouse 2565 Kitchen and Bar. You're the headline act there. You've seen them at Mesa Theater. You've seen them at Country Jam. You've seen them in Aspen. And you're coming up. You have a job coming up this week, don't you? This Friday?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Where are you going to be?
So this Friday, November 3rd, we will be down at Orchard Mesa Cruisers. It'll be a 21-plus show, and then a $7 entry fee will get you a free drink. We would love y'all to come out. It's going to be an acoustic session. Unfortunately, Mr. Elijah Bishop will be out of town, but we're going to miss him, but we're going to have a heck of a time down there.
So the Lost Junction Band. I heard 5 people introduce yourselves. You've been together, okay, we chatted earlier, 2.5 years. We're a little nebulous on the half, 2.5 years. Your newest member is right here, but you've been with him a year coming up.
Yeah, just about, yeah.
So you've been together. That's almost record time in this business. The band sticking together 2.5 years. I take it you're having fun.
Oh,
yes, sir.
Wait, we're having fun.
Hey, we are. Can't speak for you, though.
Now, in addition to the live acts, I have some of your recordings. You have done some studio work. You are heading back to the studio, so we can get to that right away. You're going to be back in the studio in roughly 21 days. You have 2 days studio time. What are you going to do with it?
So in those 2 days, we're going to be recording 2 new originals. You've heard us live. We played Close That Door. I wrote that song when I was about 12, 13 years old, and the band...
Middle school relationship breakup.
Middle school relationship breakups, you're like down on yourself. But then I presented it to the band, and we ended up putting it in our set list. And then actually, we're currently working, doesn't really have a name yet, we're working on a different one also.
Okay, so you've been to the studio before. You have a handful of tracks, Who We Are. That's circulating right now. It's on platforms everywhere.
Yes, sir.
It's on TikTok.
Yes.
Is that on TikTok?
Oh, yeah. TikTok. We're going TikTok famous.
Okay. So you can get their music anywhere, anytime. You have this coming out. Do we have a full album?
It's in the works. We're getting there.
So then, in addition to being an act, a performing act, you're songwriters as well. Matter of fact,
yes.
What percentage of your show is your original material?
Not as much as we'd like it to.
Not as much. We're trying to work on getting more originals, but I'd say 25% of it's originals.
Yeah, that sounds fair.
Yeah, we're adding to our repertoire in that area, and it's spaced out through our set lists. So it kind of depends on how long the set list is, how much you'll get. But we've got quite a few in the works right now.
Repertoire, big boy repertoire.
So when you write songs, do you all write together?
For the most part, I think.
Yeah, so
sometimes.
Kind of what I've lived by, writing songs since I was a kid. I kind of learned this through other artists. I play by the Nashville rule. So if you're in the room while we're writing, you get a piece of the song or part of the song. But pretty much for the most part, we all write and
kind of write our own parts.
we
write
pretty
our
much
own
you and Tori
parts.
do all the lyrics.
Yeah, Aiden and I do most of the lyrics. We try to pull as many ideas from the rest of these guys as we can, but all the individual musical parts are written by the person who plays them. So it's pretty cool.
Has there been a song that all 5 of you have contributed to?
Yeah, actually, the song that's on music
but one of
platforms, Who We Are, we all contributed a lot to that song.
Yes.
Okay, excellent. So you're heading back to Aspen, Mad Dog Studios.
Yes, sir.
Now, how's it you came to record there in the first place?
So, when we were in Aspen, Colorado, we got put into a songwriter Aspen Foundation competition. There were a lot of great acts there. It was a super amazing time to meet some new people. Shout out to our boy Joe Wren. Where's he based out of? Do we remember?
Denver.
North Denver. Yeah.
Denver. That kid's going places, man. He's like Elvis. If
Played with us a couple
No,
times.
he's like mini Johnny Cash.
Yeah, he's like
like Elvis
he
and
stands
Johnny Cash.
5'2". Sounds like Johnny Cash.
Has the voice of an angel.
Right. But then anyway, so we got through the competition. We ended up taking first place. We got a super nice guitar from the
D'Angelico
Inspire.
guitars. Yeah.
That thing is nice. And then we got a 2 full-day recording session, which then we got to record Who We Are, and now it's on all music platforms.
So in other words, you took first place.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you took first place in that Aspen competition. Mad Dog Studios, you are heading back November 19th. How many tracks do you think you'll lay down? How many tunes do you think?
We're hoping for about 2.
Yeah, we're hoping in the 2 days that we get to go back up there, we'll get 2 songs out of it. Possibly 3, we don't know yet.
We'll have at least one.
Yeah. With all of our ADHD, we'll be lucky to get 2.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, what could you do to make it 3? What can we do? You had 20 days to prepare, 21.
Stay on topic.
We just gotta keep, working out the kinks, make sure we're all on the same page, musically, lyrically, keeping the song together as a whole. And then when we go in and record our individual parts, no surprises. It's nice and easy, like in the garage.
So let's say you knock out 2, potentially 3. You now, between that session and what you've done before, you have half an album. Where are we going to go from here?
Are we looking for EP or full
I think we're
album?
looking at setting up an EP. It'll be, how many songs? 5 or 6.
Okay, so you need one more session.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
So what are you going to do to make that happen?
We'll contact the Mad Dog Studios again. That was I got to contact them, and we'll just keep contacting them as much as we can and take every opportunity we can.
Will you work together to write those 2 more tunes, you think?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Nothing's hanging out on the back burner. You're just dying to get on an album. Is there?
Yeah.
Oh, there is? You have ideas?
Lots.
We have lots of ideas. It's just a matter of, actually getting them down.
Putting
Putting them together and...
I think I said I have 20 ideas in my phone.
Yeah.
You have like
And we've
a lot.
we've got so many concepts to go
Well,
off
not just
of.
that. You also got to think of like all the times we're just jamming in the garage and we're like, oh, here's an
Some song
original.
That's where
And
the
then-
best ones come from.
But that's
so
the
we're-
thing, though.
we're just
Trying to
messing around.
remember what we just did.
Yeah, that's right. It's like, oh my gosh, what was that now?
What was that chord?
And then we just never come back to them.
There's been quite a few of them.
So right now, I'd like to drop in the tune Who We Are. Now, you started this one out. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, years ago. Better part of a decade ago, maybe.
I think so.
You made it to the studio, you laid it down, so here it is, the Lost Junction Band, Who We Are.
Walking through these halls, staring at all the pictures on the walls. Things will never be the same. 18 years of memories packed up in boxes set to leave. Just like that, I'm driving away.
Well, I was raised in a little town on the side of the highway. I spent my summers daydreaming about playing my songs far away. And they never thought I'd really do it. Never thought I'd make it out of this town.
make it big. Following a vision we had since we were kids, with an old 6-string and a paper and a pen. Yeah, we still know what we knew back then. We were making something greater than what they said. So we're here right now, this is who we are. And this is who we are.
That is the Lost Junction Band, Who We Are. Be on the lookout for that one. You can get it right now on all platforms. You can check it out on TikTok, between the Moose Lodge, Mesa Theater, Warehouse 2565. And I thought you were great down. That was a good room for you. I thought that was an excellent venue for you to be playing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a great room for you. How much are you wanting to play out and about?
As much as possible. Get back at the Warehouse, Mesa Theater, really anywhere at this rate.
So if somebody said, let's get you out on the circuit. Not that the circuit's the way it used to be, but let's get you out there. You up for it?
Oh, yeah.
Go for it.
We'll see if we can just make that
was not
happen.
the correct answer.
It looks like we're slowing down a little bit, but we will be at the Parade of Lights.
Oh,
And doing what? You'll be on a float?
We actually, for the first time this year, get a float.
All right. That's the Grand Junction Parade of Lights, which I forget the date, December
2nd.
That's Saturday.
That'll be a Saturday. Get started about dusk. If you're on a float, you're going to be probably front of the parade. We're
going to be cold.
I'll guarantee you'll be cold. But all right, so be on the lookout for the Lost Junction Band at the Parade of Lights here in Grand Junction. So let's get back to your studio time a little bit. So again, you've been to Mad Dog Studios, been there once. You're going back November 19th, 2023. Going to lay down a couple more tracks. Then we talked about the EP. A couple more, you have yourselves an EP. So you have time, a little bit of time. Whip up some material. What's the next song going to be?
Oh, man, we have so many ideas. I don't even know.
The next one we're going to record is Close That Door, for sure. And then if we can get this new song we've been working on,
Which we should be able to.
it's kind of out of our genre right now.
I'm surprised when I brought that riff to the table, you went with it. I'm really surprised.
I mean,
all 4 out of 5 of us are all metalheads except for Mr. Aiden Moon here. So a lot of times we lay down some heavy stuff and he's not so sure about it. But
Okay, but when it comes to your subject material, so I listen to your tunes. Now, keep in mind, you're writing your own material. Strikes me as introspective. Strikes me as, let me think here. Little leaning ethereal. Would you agree with that?
to a point, yeah.
Is that where you're coming from? Where you specifically are coming from?
So with Who We Are, I did a lot of the music work specifically with chords and melody lines and stuff like that. It was designed to sound. How would you describe that?
kind of how I put it in perspective is
reflective.
Yeah. When people kind of ask us about the song, like, "Oh, why'd you write it? Where did the idea come from?" It kind of comes from the perspective of all of us through our, I'd say, musical journeys, like where I came from, where Tori, Caleb, Derek, and Eli came from, and that's why essentially it's called Who We Are, because
it's who we are.
It's who we are.
The musicality of the song is based around the lyrics to give it more feeling that way. Okay. I do like that term, ethereal. Makes it sound fancy.
Okay. Well, as you listen to the radio in this day and age, okay, there's artists out there. There's some mainstream artists who never written a song in their life. Then you have Taylor Swift, who writes songs. I gather she gets up in the morning, goes to the little girl's room, and writes tunes. That's what she does all day. I mean, are you into that? Are you into what she's doing?
Maybe a little bit of both. I'm not for sure.
I think
we're kind of in the aspect of, when we first started, we were just trying to, get some gigs, play, do this as a side hobby, but it's starting to almost turn out into a career. We're getting our music out there. People are relating to our music. So I think that's kind of our goal, is to write music for people to relate to and, get kind of a personal connection to the songs we write and put out there.
So speaking with the Lost Junction Band, let's say you write a tune, you love it, but it gets recorded by somebody else. You okay with that?
Well, for me,
I don't think we thought about that one.
For me, I think part of it would be pretty cool, say, oh gosh, Cody Johnson comes around, he's like, hey, I really like that song. Can I record it? I mean, I'm going to say yeah right then and there, like, go ahead, but maybe it's a little different. I don't know. It's kind of maybe something that we would have to experience to kind of understand it.
So let's say you go back to the studio and you're approached, you're there at Mad Dog Studios, and you're approached to say, well, while you're here, somebody else has written a tune, we'd like you to lay it down. You interested?
That would be, that would be actually kind of interesting.
I think because we've talked about doing some covers before, and we've collaborated with songwriters that are outside of our group as well on a couple things. I know Aiden has, and so we've kind of come across this topic before, not quite to the point of recording. I think it would be pretty cool.
I think it would be cool because even I've had experiences where I've had songwriters come to me and were like, hey, I wrote this song, I can't sing it, but can you? It's a cool experience, but for me, I want to make sure that the writer gets as much credit. That way nobody, it's not a selfish part or anything like that. But
there's also something so cool about recording your own song, your own brainchild, so to speak, because it came from you, right? And it's fully authentic that way.
We're speaking with the Lost Junction Band and discussing some interesting things here. Don't get to discuss this with people a lot. But, okay, so Country Jam rolls around next year. Let's say you're approached. We want you to play side stage, all your own original material. You going to jump at it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
What are you going to play? Are you going to write tunes to the gig, or are you going to whip out the EP? Maybe by that time you'll have a...
I think by that time we should have easily enough songs for...
At least
maybe
45 minutes.
At least 45 minutes, maybe not 2 hours, but no. I think we could easily have a lot of songs done by then.
See, so when we do the writing process, first of all, I'm going to ask each one of you to name some of your favorite writers, music writers. Can you throw some names to me?
Oh, this is going to get wild real fast.
We're going to have like a whole bunch of different...
music writers?
I mean, I think they're songwriters. I don't know. Mine is Cody Johnson, Zach Bryan for sure. His lyrical techniques are phenomenal. And then a guy I don't think most people hear about is Spencer Crandall. He does a really good job about, I don't know what the word is, but he does really good lyrically.
I see. How about right here, your favorite writers?
What do you say his last name? It's a really good one. Noah Kahn.
Oh, yeah.
Kahn.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen that guy.
I love his writing style. It's very, like I said, authentic. It's very unique as well. It's definitely his material, you can tell, versus someone else. And again, Zach Bryan is a really good one as well. Tyler Childers.
So we're throwing out some Texas artists here.
quite a few.
So you relate to what they're preaching?
Yeah.
You feel it? You're into it?
Oh yeah.
Cody Johnson's a standout.
Cody
for sure.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's a given. So how about right here, your favorite writers?
Favorite writers? I don't really write lyrics, but as far as guitar goes, I grew up more like a metalhead kind of 80s rock, that kind of stuff. So I guess like James Hetfield, Metallica, and then Sinister Gates, big idol of mine, Van Halen, and guys like that. I grew up on the more heavy side of things.
Cool. And how about over here?
So, kind of what Caleb's saying. I also grew up on the heavier side of things, but I really like the way Zach Bryan writes, but just kind of like a shot in the dark, maybe. Like, I've really been digging American slang.
Yeah.
I love me some Slipknot and just kind of heavier side of things, the musicality, and even just like down to the drumming. It's amazing.
Okay, and how about here?
I'm gonna go with Caleb here. Sinister Gates, Van Halen, kind of some of my inspirations.
Copycat. I'm kidding.
I forget his name. The guitar player from Extreme.
I don't think I've listened to them.
You're on your own here.
No, I know I am here. But sheesh.
We'll figure it out.
Other than that,
we'll get there. It'll come
look it up
later.
I'll look it up later. I don't know.
So let's say one of your tunes get noticed. You get a call from CBS Records. We want you to come out to Nashville. We'll set you up in the writing room. You start 7 a.m. in the mornings, and you write tunes all day. Are you interested?
Yes.
Well, I'm booking the plane tickets. We're going.
Yep.
Now,
First of all, trip to Nashville.
Right.
Absolutely.
well, I'm talking about a permanent job. There are people that do this.
Oh, yeah.
I call them not all the time, but frequently, and ask what they're doing. So you're all up for it?
Oh,
Yeah.
Now, they're not wanting you to go out there and perform concerts. They're wanting you to sit in the room and write tunes. You're okay with that?
Hey, we could do it.
We can do it.
Do we
Okay.
get to record?
I would assume you're going to be
assume
involved in
so.
the process. It may not be you playing,
That's
but
okay.
you're certainly going to be in the production.
Yeah,
You're all cool?
yeah,
Sign us up.
I'd say so.
Okay, so between now and then, let's talk about live performance. So, I mean, do you love the live performance
Absolutely.
Oh, yes.
as much as the studio?
I'd say.
It's very different. It's very different
So-
atmospheres.
Yeah.
And
Well, going to the studio is fun. It's very focused. It's within the group, and but being on stage, there's nothing quite like it. You're sharing yourselves with your audience, and it's a really cool feeling to have them give that energy back to you. It's just incredible up there.
Yeah, I would say for sure what kind of Eli said. Like, it's different atmospheres. Like, when you're in a studio, I mean, you obviously get to be with your bandmates and you get to write songs, laugh, make memories. But then the thing about a live crowd is you get that aspect of they're singing along, whether it's your song or another song, crowd participation. But I think it's definitely just different atmospheres.
I'd say more like the studio is kind of. I don't know. It feels more like a professional. Like, I don't know what you'd say.
Kind of like a job.
Yeah, like a job. And
It's a
then just
fun job.
It's a fun job.
Yeah.
But being on stage, like in the live atmosphere, it's just you can be yourself and like.
It's just what you love to do.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so when it comes to you're out there playing, and in your case, it's kind of a double-edged sword because you're playing your own material. Every now and then somebody has some feedback for you. You okay with that?
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
absolutely.
What kind of feedback have you had come your way? I mean, obviously people are booking you and they're recording you, so
Right,
people
right.
are loving what you're doing.
Right.
But
I would say some kind of feedback that me personally I've got is just kind of like, stage presence or the way that, when I'm interacting with the crowd or things to say, not to say,
right.
things to do, not to do.
Yeah.
Just some kind of feedback on live shows, but for the most part, I mean, we've gotten some pretty good feedback, but there's also feedback that you just need to hear.
Of course,
Stay humble.
there is such a thing as good feedback, positive.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm sure you've had a lot of compliments along the way, a lot of positive feedback.
Oh yeah.
For
Lots of
example,
positive.
what has someone said to you?
Well, for most of us, they say, oh gosh, I don't remember what gig it was. I remember a guy came up to us and he was like, how long have you guys been a band? And at that time, we were only a band for like a year. And he's like, you guys look like you've been a band for like 8 years.
Right.
So like the way we play together impresses a lot of people, and like the aspect and how we do kind of our live show.
I think my favorite compliment that I got was, "Is that a 6-string bass?" And I get to say, "Yes, it is."
Yeah. If you haven't seen already, you should definitely see Tori playing a 6-string.
A lot of people think it's a 5-string.
'Cause
They
how
know,
tall-
like,
how
I got
tall
an
are you?
extra. I don't want to talk about it. We're not putting this on the radio. I'm almost 5'4".
Okay.
We're getting there.
5'3".
So where we're going here is 6-string bass is a whole bunch of bass.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yes.
Big fingerboard.
Tiny hands, very large fretboard.
So when it comes to any of you scouting, looking for endorsement deals, looking to get maybe some string deals, some gear,
Yes.
Oh
who would you want?
Paul Reed Smith.
Your
I want
wish
Paul Reed
list.
Smith.
Excuse me?
I want Paul Reed Smith. I
Oh,
love
now
it.
that's-
I love
This
that.
guy and his.
Quality instruments.
Oh yeah.
Zildjian.
Sorry, oh man.
The cymbals.
Oh, that's what you gotta say.
That's all I play.
Bass strings are expensive. I'd be happy to get any from anywhere.
Right.
Any guitar guy, honestly, they
You
just
know-
offer you guitar stuff.
I think Schecter.
I could see you playing Schecter.
Yeah.
Never heard of Schecter.
All right, we're hanging out with the Lost Junction Band. You have seen them everywhere. Just saw them here a couple of weeks ago. I was watching them at Warehouse 2565 Kitchen and Bar. They're coming to Cruisers, coming up November 3rd. That is going to be a 9 o'clock start. That's at Cruisers Orchard Mesa location. You've seen them at Mesa Theater, Country Jam. Maybe you're going to see them out at Country Jam again. They're heading back to the studio November 19th. At all edgy about going back to the studio? Having fun?
I'm ready to go.
You're ready?
We're super
Ready to go in
excited.
there and
So you're not
get it
scared to
done.
death. You're super ready.
Oh no,
Yeah.
we're just ready to put some more music out there for the people.
Okay, what happens if, 5 days from now? So you're roughly 15 days out from the studio. An idea pops in your head. say, hey, stop everything we thought we were going to do. That's not going to happen. I mean, it's happened before. Can you work together so well that could happen? That could materialize?
I mean,
definitely. I bet
that's what
we
it's
could
all
totally
about, right?
Get
You gotta
something
be,
like that done.
yeah, you gotta be open to every opportunity that you can get for that. Just be
and
willing
look
to
what
move.
happened with who we are. Like we had
We've gone so many,
we had zero idea what we're gonna go into Aspen
Who
with.
We Are was fully put together the day before we performed it.
I'm
and
pretty
I
sure
think
we put it together finally.
We performed
we
it.
were in the
we rehearsed
dressing
it
room.
completely once together, and then we played it again. No, it was,
We never played it together as
We
a
did
full
play it
band.
together once in the garage. We did.
We
And
were
then-
missing you.
No, I'm pretty sure we were all
And
there.
then another time we were missing Caleb.
And then we finally played it in what's that? Yeah,
Angelico.
Dean. Yeah, you got. I
So in other words, what I'm gathering is that the five of you together can communicate so well and get along so well that you can do this, you can pull this off, you can trade ideas, say, hey, no, let's do it this way instead.
Yeah.
You all get along?
Most of the time,
I'd
yeah.
say, well, most of the time.
Most of the time.
But I'd say we're at a good point where we can throw ideas at each other and like, hey, I think this would sound better, and we'll try it, and then we'll like kind of communicate with each other. We have really great communication between each other.
Really? Excellent. Well, between that and your dedication and everything you're doing, I'm thinking the sky's the limit. Where do you want to be 1 year from now?
Touring.
We just put it out there. Yeah, I would probably say about a year from now, touring, putting music out there, just doing everything that I think all of us can agree what we love. Just music, performances, anything with music, really.
Okay, how about 5 years from now?
No.
record deal.
I'm hoping
Make a
we'll do
deal.
that sooner than 5 years.
Yeah, there's
from now,
no
but, you know.
no wrong answers. Where do you want to be 5 years from now?
I'd say 5 years doing the same thing, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Do that as much as we can until
Just on the
make it
march.
bigger and
Maybe we gotta-
better as we go.
2 or 3 albums out by then or something.
In 5 years?
Hopefully
Five,
more.
well, maybe not.
5 years we
So
have
at
like
least
5 or 7 albums, man.
What?
Hey, we're
two.
you got two of us about to
Two.
graduate. One of us already graduated. We're about to have some free time. We'll get some. We'll start drilling this stuff out.
Okay, but quality
about
over
that.
quantity.
Quality.
So are you saying then that May of next year, this band is free to do what you want?
Well,
Pretty
mostly.
much, aside from two of us. The two young ones over here.
We currently have one college student. He graduated last year. That would be Aiden. Caleb and I are seniors in high school, and Derek and Elijah are juniors. So
Yeah,
You'll
Eli's
have-
16
Okay.
with a full beard.
Let's see.
Luscious.
Luscious.
Okay, well, it's okay because you all, it sounds to me like you have a plan.
Yep.
Okay, you have a 1 year plan and a potential 5 year plan, which is more than most people have at any point in their life, let alone as young as you are. So I guess the sky is the limit. The Lost Junction Band. I'll have you introduce yourselves one more time and what you do, starting over here.
My name is Aiden Moon. I'm the lead vocal and guitar player.
my name's Tori Long. I'm the bass player and backup vocals.
My name's Caleb Olson. I play rhythm guitar and backup vocals.
I'm Derek Lynch, and I play drums.
I'm Elijah Bishop. I play lead guitar and backup vocals.
And they are heading back to the studio November 19th, Mad Dog Studios in Aspen. Is that correct? You're going to lay down a couple more tracks, and maybe we'll be looking for that EP. In the meantime, we can find your tracks on all platforms. You are on TikTok as well, and then also the Grand Junction Parade of Lights.
Yes, sir.
Anything beyond that you can recall?
Not that we can recall, but might get some bookings here soon.
Okay, can I stay in touch with you on social media?
Yes, we're on Facebook, Instagram.
Yeah, what's the handle,
Yep.
Derek?
The Lost Junction Band it's different for both.
Well,
Yeah.
Instagram
Oh.
is the Lost Junction Band _official.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All lowercase, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Just search the Lost Junction Band. You'll probably find it.
I recommend you stay in touch with them, keep an eye on them. I think they are going places, but I certainly want you to follow their music. Heading back to the studio November 19th. That'll be available to you before you know it with the Lost Junction Band. Thanks for joining me today.
Thank you.